Welcome to the weekly roundup. Div 2 time, Nosey.
How you going, Tommy? Alright?
Good. Not as good as some of the people at Broadview on Saturday night at Bogan Bingo. It went off. Nothing going wrong with the social side of Broadview, unfortunately, on field.
It's not real good.
No.
And it was Scotch, 18 goals, 1927, defeating Broadview 12-10-82.
And one man that has made a huge impact since he's come in, and you don't have much bigger impact than this, 11 goals for Shane McAdam, named best on ground. Very handy in.
Very handy.
How many games has he played now? He's played 4 games, and Scott's just starting to. They found a bit of a winner there. He's kicking goals and certainly a good target. He was named best. Giles also in the best players for Broadview, mate.
Sitsaurus with 3, Ralford 2, Ryan Hill and De Prince in the best for the Tigers.
And Timmy Matovic in his 300 probably deserves a mention there.
He does, yes.
So,
Timmy?
yeah, Broadview, things aren't looking good. I'll tell you who things are looking good for, and that is Henley. They are
Shark Park.
Yes, in what could have been potentially, possibly, maybe, seemingly a grand final. I'll get to my point.
Yep.
A grand final preview between Henley and Floss, 2 up and about teams. It was Henley 15-13, 103. Floss Camden 6-6-42 for Henley.
For Henley, Williamson with 4, Longman and Redden and Lane all kicking 2, Broadbent, Thunig and Steph Jarman.
Was it Thunig? I thought it was the wing. But it's not.
Good to see Steph Jarman getting in the best there too.
Yes, of course, a son of Andy Rood.
Yes, he is, yes.
Probably use him. So he'll play against his dad. For Floss Camden, did you do Floss Camden yet?
No, you were going to do Floss Camden.
Soggy O'Grady with 2, Hyungy and Finn better players. Look, Henley, they're just too strong. 5 goals to 1 in the third quarter, premiership quarter.
Yep.
That's where they got it done, and then 5 goals to 2 in the last quarter. It's a pretty convincing win in the end.
We did say that they were too proud a club to go down a division and want to stay there. So
it's true, and they're going to be back in Div 1 next year.
They'll be back in Div 1 next year.
Whether they win a premiership or not is probably the only question that remains unanswered. Bad kicking, Wayne. It's bad football.
Bad kicking is bad football.
And Gazer showed bad kicking by kicking 8-16, 64, Sacred Heart. Less scoring shots, 12-9-81, but 17-point win there. Thanks to the back of Turton with 5 goals and former state captain Domenico with 3. Hartshorn was their best player along with Angel.
And for Gazer, Carr kicked 3, Heinz kicked 2, as did Beetle. And Carr, Gruber and Fulton in the best for Gazer.
Yeah, so not good there for Gazer. At the middle school.
Andrew Newton would have been a little bit disappointed with that goal kicking Oregon.
He certainly would, mate.
Yep.
Let's head off to Hunter Park, or just behind Hunter Park, where Old Iggy's were far too good. They finished strongly as well, Old Iggy's.
Yep.
Old Iggy's 18-8-1-16. Pembroke 9-8-62, a 9-goal win there to the boys from Ignatians.
You just done a Darcy to me here, haven't you? Jarasevic and Ortlap kicking 4 apiece. Washer with 3. McNeil, Abbott and Murdoch in the best for Old Iggy's. And for Pembroke, Tommy?
Geez, they've named some best players too. Falzon kicked 4, whilst Pengelly was their best player. Now, our game of the round, Nosey, and I'll get you to do the scores. And I was actually
there, weren't
doing
you?
the live call, and I was going to say, only Mercedes Jets. What a impressive football club that is. They've come down from Div 1, and you so often see clubs that come from Div 1 do the plummet.
Yep.
Players will leave, we're not in Div 1 now. But only Mercedes again. 17 juniors playing in the A grade on the weekend. I can't stress this enough. If you don't listen to me about anything else, if you don't take care of your juniors, you don't have a sustainable success. It is as simple as that. Yep. And we see it with, I'm not going to label the clubs out north, that's unfair. There's a couple of clubs out north who don't have juniors, and, well, they fall in holes regularly, and it becomes embarrassing.
They struggle. It was pretty simple. And it was only...
You go on.
Thank you. Only Mercedes 15-14, 104. Defeated Athelston 9 goals, 8-62.
Now, Hose, the producer, actually tipped Athelston by 4 goals. I said only Mercedes, and I was pretty happy with my tip. They were... if you had to say how did they win it or why did they win it, it's very simple. Tackling pressure around the ball.
Yep.
They could not, and Athelston have got some quality. Your Jade Sheedies and your other really good high credentialed on ballers couldn't get time and space to release the outside runners, and they just didn't have the forward entries. They got them a couple of times through transition from fullback, but when there was a contest, they just... Only Mercedes wanted, well, yeah.
No space, no footy.
Yeah, and then so only Mercedes probably had the better entries.
Yep.
So
for Mercedes, we had Moss kicking 5, Lundberg with 3, Crocker and Cheadle and Westall in the best.
Yeah, Lundberg, chunky fella.
Is he?
Real cameo with 3.
Been chunky,
but I tell you, so Crocker's been named best. I'm not sure about that. Actually, that's a joke. No. Cheddle was absolutely fantastic. Probably 30 touches, 12, 13 tackles. And number 3 there, Henry Westall. Now he's a strange cat. He's one of those fancy socks wearing, 6'3", surfy looking fellas that sort of can look disinterested, but he has got some immense talent. Strong overhead, brilliant footballer, good kick. You can play him on a half-forward flank, you can play him as a centre-half or one of these types. Play big, play small. We actually looked at him and thought, well, he's one of these that state teams should be looking at. Real, genuine talent. For Athelston, Persehollis kicked 2 a lot, as did Randa, the Ruckman Randa, is he? He had a great battle with Josip Habuljak, the Croatian sensation. Thought Habuljak got his hand to the ball a lot more, so Only Mercedes won the midfield. Good sign for Only Mercedes, walking on the best players. He was serviceable, but their big names not really in the best players. And they've got 3 sets of brothers at Only Mercedes that work well together. So, no, big things for Only Mercedes. They're starting to find their way. I think that now is 4 wins in a row. So, winning form, good form.
Good to hear.
Nice little segue to have a look at the ladder.
Yep.
And what we're trying to do tonight, and we have been in the other divisions, is just break the ladder down. So, Broadview, they're getting relegated, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
The battle for the other relegation spot, I guess, is between Pembroke, Scotch and Old Ignatians, who there's a game separating those. Gazer sits 6th.
Yep.
And look, I'm going to do it again, Wayne. I'm going to do it again.
You're going to say it.
The top 5 is set.
You reckon?
Henley, Sacred Heart and Foss Cannon are all the top 3. You can take that to the bank. 4th and 5th, you've got Athelston and Only Mercedes. Well, yeah, they'll jockey for position. So I think it's set.
You reckon it's set? As concrete?
Not as concrete, not as set as the other one, but the Gazer are 4 and 3. They've certainly they'd have some fixings and playing some finals footy. But yeah, for me, Athelstan's the one that might come out.
Alright, moving on to this week's
You're
game.
not feeling well, are you?
I'm struggling tonight, mate. I'm sorry. Sorry, everyone. I've had a very big weekend. Anyway, this week's game, Foss Camden versus Sacred Heart, the neighbours.
It's 2nd versus 3rd, Wayne.
Yep.
I'm just trying to get you up and about.
I can't get up.
Foss in 3rd, Sacred Heart in 2nd. I think Foss can bounce back.
I'm going to go Sacred Heart. I'll go shot.
Yeah, I think eventually with Lockie Button, the loss of Lockie Button to a long-term injury, it's going to have to catch up with him in some game somewhere. Maybe this week at the Skull Cave.
Haslam Oval, next one, sorry, Pembroke and the Only Mercedes Jets is Triple C.
Well, I've been talking Only Mercedes Jets up, and we've just took Pembroke down to say they're a chance to be relegated.
They're struggling, Pembroke.
The Jets are flying high, so I'll take them.
Yep, Jets for me.
Top versus bottom in the anti-game of the round.
Down at Shark Park, and it's Henley versus Broadview. How much?
Broadview haven't been bad in their defeats. I mean, their percentage isn't 15%, it's 35%. But, I mean, their average losing margin, 380 divided by 7 is about 10 goals, so 10 goals.
10 goals? I'll go 14. Clemson Oval, Gazer versus Old Iggies.
6 versus 7. This is a huge game in the season. 4 versus 3 versus 3 versus 4. If Gazer have designs on going into the 5, they simply must win this game. Through goal kicking accuracy, they will.
So Gazer kick straight, they'll win. So I'm going to go with Gazer this week. And last game of the round is Athelston and Scotch Old Collegians.
It's at Athelston, so I'll go Athelston. But Scotch are just starting to improve a little bit. Good 10-goal win last week. But I'll take Athelston for mine.
Athelston for me as well.
Thanks for watching Give 2. We're back next week.
See you guys.